Hi everyone, welcome to this week's episode of Fandom Freaks. I have a guest with me here this week, and I'm really excited to hear from her and what she has to say about her fandom experiences. So, without further ado, Yumiko!
Hello, everyone.
Can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Oh, yes. Okay, sorry. My name's Yumiko. I'm from Vegas and I am 24 years old.
Yay! And you recently graduated, right, from college. This was like a couple years ago.
Yeah, I graduated about 2 years ago.
Okay, and what was your major?
I did a film degree, it's film, TV, and media.
Ooh, okay. And what inspired you to go that direction?
So actually when I think I want to say like 13,
Mhm.
I like would steal my dad's laptop and start like making like little YouTube videos on the little iMovie app, whatever. And that video actually never posted because but anyways, I wanted to like to learn how to edit,
Mhm.
and I kind of like some people kind of taught me that I knew like a little bit. I learned with iMovie, and then I finally made the jump to Final Cut, and I decided that's what I wanted to learn, and that kind of just drove me into wanting to do film. And actually, right now, it's not something that I'm like pursuing per se. I kind of want to move into the music industry.
Okay, period. We love to hear that. I feel like music, especially, is something that's so like huge and important in so many people's lives. Like for us, especially. Um, Yumiko and I met at a show in Salt Lake over the summer, and we kind of had like this big group of friends, and it was so much fun. I actually talked to Alicia and Isabel for my first
I
summer.
saw that.
It
I was
was so
oh my
much fun.
God.
And I just feel like that group especially. No, we actually met at the one in San Diego. You and I did.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
They told me, I'm like, we know somebody who's also at the show. And I was like, who is it? Because like I was
Yes.
right there by myself. And then
I
they're like,
was also by myself in San Diego at some random venue. And then you were like, wait, you know Sierra. And I was like, okay, perfect. So we instantly clicked. Oh my
we can
gosh.
know someone.
Perfect. We were barricade buddies for that show. It was so much fun. But so yeah, we actually met 2023.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's like 2 years ago, bro. Like this month too.
Oh, happy anniversary
Yay!
friendship.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy to think about because then from there, like we all know someone who knows someone else. Like we were talking
Yeah.
about this. It's insane.
It's nice that like we can like go to like a concert. If we don't know anybody, we can just be like, hey, do you know anybody who's like here? And they'll be like, yes, like her name's
Ex
this and this, whatever.
exactly. And it's, I don't know, that kind of what I was like focusing this project on specifically is like the pros and cons of like fandom culture. And definitely the pros is like the community. I don't know if there's anything else for you that like really.
No, I think yeah, 100% is the community. I've been an introvert for like the longest time, and so it's always been hard for me to make friends. But I feel like for some reason, when I'm at a concert, it's so much easier for me to do that
Mhm.
because you already have something that you share in common. And
Exactly.
you can start bonding about that, and then start talking about school or like anything else. And
Mhm.
then that's where like these like long time friendships come from.
Exactly. And it's so funny too, because we're all from like different places and like we all have different interests, but like it's the one thing that just like clicks for us. And then it's just like from there. Like,
And we're besties.
exactly. And now you have like friends and like everywhere, like
So
California.
many different places.
You travel to LA a lot, right?
I do.
It's okay. It's okay. I love it for you. Anytime I see that you're like packing, I'm like, yes.
LA time.
But is that mostly for like work stuff, or would you say it's more for like music stuff?
I would say it's for both.
Mhm.
A lot of times that I have been there have been like for my own personal like concerts, but I also some of them I have applied for like photo passes.
Right.
And so I do go to like do photography over there. And it just helps me like build my portfolio. So I guess like it benefits like both sides.
Yeah,
Um, I do go sometimes to like visit some friends, but there's usually some sort of concert involved, some sort
got
of show
something going
involved.
on over there. Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh my gosh. Wait, I had this question and then I completely lost it. But oh, you are like the best at finding like smaller artists. Like,
Thank you. Thank you.
yes. And I think that's so cool because then you get to share that with like the rest of us. Because
That's what I'm doing. That's,
exactly. It's
yep.
like Buppy, or is that how
Buppy.
you say it? Yeah,
Yeah.
Buppy. Yeah,
Buppy.
listen to
Oh
a
my,
couple of his songs. I think it's so he's so cool.
oh my
And
God, we go to the show together.
yeah, exactly. And like I never would have known about it if like you hadn't like posted about it.
Dude, it's crazy because some people would ask me like, how did you find about this one? How did you find this one? And I literally like I was scrolling one day through Instagram Reels and
Yeah.
I found his music. And then from there, I just kind of started listening to it. And this was like, I think before he dropped his Names and Places EP, which is the first EP that I heard from him. And then from there, I met, I went to his show at the Roxy that he had. He opened for Healy.
Okay.
And then I would always like see under the comments this girl, Eleanor Kingston, like comment under her. And I saw that she was also a musician. And sh she's his sister. I
Okay.
was like, what a small world. And
Right.
then, and I thought they were just like friends. And then, so I started listening to her.
Hmm.
And then I also saw this other guy like in their like friend group.
Yeah.
And his name is Julian Ray, who's also an artist that like I listen to a lot. And like Eleanor and Julian are like roommates. And I'm like,
Okay.
that's crazy. And they're just kind of like all in like the same friend group.
That's really cool. It's almost kind of how like Bardo from Beauty School Dropout and Dasha are like actually siblings.
Yeah, I
I
didn't know that.
I didn't either.
And
And I
I
was
was
like,
like,
hold on. Because like she was always like, oh, like my brother. But I feel like that community specifically is just like really close knit.
yeah, so you
But
would
like,
think they just say that to all the time.
right. But then I was like, oh, wait, they're actually siblings. Which is,
Exactly.
oh my gosh. I was like mind blown. I had no idea. Like, I don't know.
So the world really is small.
It's so small. It's scary small. Like, it kind of scares me sometimes, but
I
I
know. But it's nice like that you like you're able to like find out like different artists like they're just like there. You just like don't know it.
exactly.
Especially in LA, I feel like almost everybody's either like a musician or producer, all that kind of stuff.
What's like like the vibe like in LA?
Oh.
Like I've never been. I've been to like
Oh,
California.
you haven't?
No, I haven't. That's the same reaction that Isabel and Alicia had.
Okay, so we're gonna take you.
Yes.
You're gonna go see Gunner in LA, and we're gonna take you all around LA, Beverly Hills,
Wait,
Sunset.
I would love to do
Um,
that.
no, okay, so I've been there a few times. Two times I've gone by myself, a few times I've been with friends, but I feel like there's a certain like people kind of portray LA as like everybody's like mean and like like whatever. I don't see it that way. Every person that I've met has been so nice. And even like the people that lived in LA, they're like, yeah, like no, here, like everybody's nice, like you're gonna love it, like when you move out here. And I was like, oh my God, like yeah, you're right. And every person that I've met has been really, really nice. And I feel like,
It's so good to hear.
yeah, no, so you're good.
Yeah.
Everybody's nice over there. Um, I went to I don't drink, but I went to a bar with this past weekend that I was just there. I don't remember what it was called. But everybody was just talking to everybody, and I was like, oh my God. And everybody was so nice and like everybody wants to talk to you. And I'm just like, oh my God, you want to talk to me?
Yeah. Oh wait,
Okay.
I think that totally sounds like something I would love.
It just makes you feel like very special, I guess. I don't know. I don't have any bad words to say. Like everybody tells me, they're like, don't move to LA, like the traffic and there's no parking. And I'm like, dude, every place, every city that you can go to has like their pros and cons.
Right.
So it's like I'll eventually get used to it when I like move out there, but like I feel like the pros outweigh the cons.
There you go. Yeah. It's definitely one of those cities that like I'm like so curious about. 'Cause like those shows, like at least for artists that like our group listen to, those shows are like always the biggest. And I feel like it's a good thing and a bad thing because of like the people who are there. And I don't know if that's like anything that like you've noticed.
I okay, so definitely Now going on to concerts, that's I feel like maybe a little bit different,
Yeah,
but there's always like the stereotype that the LA people can get a little bit crazy for the LA shows. So I do understand that.
hmm
Um, I always like hear like on Twitter that they're like the LA people are blah blah blah, and I'm just like, well, I'm just
Twitter.
trying not to. I mean, I'm gonna be there sometime, but like
Right. But I feel like Twitter is just like
Twitter's a lot.
it's unhinged and it's like every notification, I'm rarely on it, like as is, but every notification I get is some form of like drama or tea. And I honestly can't handle it because I will sometimes I get so curious and I like tap on it and then I'm on my phone for like
Yeah.
an hour and a half trying to figure out what happened.
It might be even worse for me. Like I spend a lot of time on TikTok, but if I open Twitter, like I can stay on that like for a whole day and not
Literally.
forget everything that I have to do. So same thing. I don't go on Twitter. I try not to go on it a lot.
Hmm.
Because I've also seen like people like leave fandoms
Exactly.
from like being in all the drama and like seeing all this and it like affects people's mental health, which I completely understand.
Yeah.
Um, so I don't know if you know this girl named Sophia. I
I don't
know
think
her personally. She's
yeah.
like, I think blonde or brunette. No, it's like a
I don't
or
think I met her.
I haven't met her either, but I know her that she's like a huge like role model fan. And apparently there's been drama, which like I
That's
like I'm like when there's drama, I'm like, what is it? Because I don't know.
I know that's what Isabel and Alicia were saying is that like it's never really, I mean, well, sometimes it's drama relating to the artist, like sometimes it is something that they did or something they said, but
Yeah.
a lot of it, especially on Twitter, is like between the people in the fandom. And it
Yeah.
gets scary. Like I don't know how people have the time to be like online that much. Like
I don't either. I see them posting like literally like at least once an hour, like once every 30 minutes. And I'm like, oh my God, what are we talking about here? Because like I'm really lost. I
right.
sometimes I'm like really nosy that I'll be like, okay, let me click. And then I like scroll through Twitter and I'm like, what is it that they're talking about? I'm like, I'm trying to figure it out.
Yeah, and like trying
Lost.
to stay included is like so hard because like you want to be involved because
Oh, it
obviously
is.
like you care, like you kind of want to know what's going on. And Isabel and Alicia and I we talked about like kind of like our Salt Lake show incident where like someone was on Twitter and they made out of
Mm,
nothing and then it turned into like this whole big thing where we were just kind of like, well, we didn't do anything wrong, but like everyone is kind of coming at us.
yeah. So like that was honest. Oh my God, no, I'm kind of scarred from that because it's
No,
like it made us look bad, but like we know we weren't bad. So
yeah,
people can claim for themselves. We claim for ourselves because we
exactly.
were loud. We were up there like we were the life of the party.
We
Like,
were like everyone on the barricade, and I think they put it best is that they were like everyone who had VIP and like wanted to be there was obviously putting in the effort and like excited and brought energy. Where like after people like the two rows of VIP, like everyone else was just kind of there to like be
yeah,
there.
no,
It's
exactly.
fine, but I feel like as an artist, like looking out into a crowd of like people who are just like standing and not doing anything can definitely like,
And you know what? Like, I understand if you're like, you're not like maybe like a fan of it or like huge fan, especially like I recently just took one of my friends to a role model concert. And we
Mhm.
went to the one in Florida. And she's like a fan, but she's not like a huge fan.
Yeah.
And so like she was just kind of like vibing, you know what I mean? Like, and
Yeah.
some of the songs she did know, some songs she didn't know. But it was like, it wasn't, she was just like still like, like
Hmm.
not doing anything. Like she was like dancing and like, putting her hands up whenever whatever she couldn't sing along to most of the songs, but
But
she
she's
was still having
having
fun.
a good time. Yeah,
And like if you're not gonna like, at least try, maybe stay in the back.
exactly. Maybe make yourself not super visible. I don't know.
Yeah. So
Like,
that the artist doesn't see you because he wants like he or she like they want to see like a crowd having like the most fun and like hoping that like whatever they do is like good for them as well.
right. I think it's a little different with us specifically, like for Jaden at least, because like we've we've talked to him. Like we kind of it's weird that we have like this parasocial relationship, and like the parasocial relationships don't necessarily mean like we're obsessed or like it's like a weird thing, but like we do know parts of him and it
Have a
makes
connection.
yeah. We all have
You
like
might
an
not know about it, but we know.
yeah, like we don't hang out with him on the regular, but like,
Yeah.
he he's so good at recognizing faces. He's terrible with names, but he knows faces. He'll like look at you and he's like, I've seen you before. And I'm like, yeah, okay, cool.
Oh, he'll recognize like something that happened like on Twitter, how he was calling out Sierra about her like her drinking, and I was like, oh, he sees the tweets. He
Yeah,
sees.
he's active on Twitter. I mean, I don't know so much anymore. I feel like he's very much in his TikTok era where he's just like doing whatever and it's so funny. Um, but like having like a small connection with him, you kind of get an idea as to like, I don't know, the energy and the vibe. But it's definitely like going more to the con side of fandoms. I definitely feel like there are people that forget that these
He's a
artists,
person.
yes, that artists are people too.
Yeah, they have feelings too.
Yeah. And I feel like some people have like this, I don't know, like more possessive attitude when it comes to him, or I don't know if it's like possessive, obsessive. It's just not a very good vibe. I don't know.
Yeah, like I've seen like people just like, or maybe not like Jaden specifically. I haven't seen it,
Hmm.
but like I know, um, somebody on Twitter was saying how this one fandom, how like the guy had said, oh, like we're not going to be doing, or his team had said we're not going to be doing pictures like after the show because he usually does pictures after the show. And apparently some girl just like threw herself and then was like, can I get a picture, like when they had specifically said like there's gonna be no pictures, and she just like didn't, I guess, care about it.
Right,
um and she was just like, no, I'm gonna get my picture. And I was like he, if he doesn't want pictures, he doesn't want pictures. Like he can still talk to the person.
right.
Something like what happened, I think, in San Diego when we went to the observatory after the show. He said he wasn't gonna like really like get pictures,
Yeah.
but he still got like one whole picture with like all of us.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was like still very nice of him, but he didn't have to do that. I feel like we always expect to get something from the artist
Hmm.
or from that one person, but it's like, no, it's like they also have other things to do. They have other.
Right. I think it's just a matter of like boundaries, and I feel like some people are just better at understanding that than
Mm-hmm.
others. Um, I don't know. I feel like with Jaden, we talked about this with Isabella and Alicia, but like there's like some fans that ask him to sign different like areas, and they're like, "Oh, can you sign my boob?" And it's like, "Okay," but he like always ends up signing like their collarbone like up here.
I haven't seen that.
It was a big thing on like the Tell Me About Tomorrow tour, I feel like.
Okay.
Or it was the Spokane show. It actually happened. Because you weren't at the Spokane show, right?
No, 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 no. I just saw Spokane. That's where I saw him. Wait,
With
what?
Sierra
Tell
and
me about
Sierra
him.
with Brianna on the
I don't know if she. No, because I went. I think it was still Tell Me About Tomorrow, but or I don't know if it was that was it was called, but it was he opened up. Jaden opened up for MGK at Spokane. That's the show that I went to. I don't know if it's
okay.
that.
It was on the I Hope This Never Ends tour, I think.
I think that one I did.
I don't remember, but I know Sierra was there.
Okay.
I didn't know her, but I know she was there. But this one girl had asked him to sign her boob, and he like signed her collarbone. But apparently it like turned into this big thing because she like posted it and made it seem like he did sign her boob, but we were all like, "Girl, that's not your boob, that's your collarbone."
God.
A-
No, I
And,
think that's a little too
and
much.
it just like puts everyone in such an uncomfortable situation. Like, I don't
Himself, like he. Oh no, I don't have any
I
words.
know, because the first time I actually like talked to him, he asked me, he's like, "Can I sign something for you?" I was like, immediately, I was like, my arm. Like,
Yeah,
I don't really, I don't
I
know.
remember Sierra gave him her like portable charger, and that's what he
Yeah.
saw.
Yeah, like in my head, I didn't think like, oh. a body part. Like,
Yeah, that's not even like a thing that goes to my mind.
yeah, and
Maybe if it's like a what's it called? A tattoo, like the
I,
arm, but like or like a piece of paper, but like your boob.
yeah, I don't know. It's so strange because I feel like we're in this era where we have a lot of big like pop guys, like role model especially.
Okay.
And Tucker, I love him so much. He's so funny. And like
Dude, you see he brought Dylan Monet for like
yeah, from Wallows. So good. Dylan Minnette from Wallows with Sally.
yeah.
Night one. But
Oh
like
no, he's
Dylan
good.
Minnette, like we have all of these cute like pop guys, and I'm just like curious to see like what the younger like generation is picking up on.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Like, like we had One Direction, like Justin Bieber, like why don't we? Like
Yeah.
I don't know. I was big in the Why Don't We fandom. Like as a teenager, I had a fan account and it was so
I
embarrassing.
had a One Direction account, so girl, both
Okay,
of us. Both of
yeah.
us.
And it's so funny how like we kind of like grew out of it because like by I think I started it like very beginning of freshman year and then I kind of like really
What was
stopped.
it called?
Oh gosh, it was I think it was Why Don't We Dot Noodles.
No, because mine, okay. Mine was my infection is One Direction.
Wait, that's kind of fire though.
No, because now that I think about it, I'm like, oh my God, no, that was so cringe.
Well, yeah. But like trying to you had to find like a unique username too.
Oh yeah.
Because like you wanted to be like set apart from like everyone. And then eventually I think I changed mine to like Dolce WDW, like why don't we? And like yeah, but oh, good times. And like what would you post on yours?
I would, I think I would post like, I would do like reposts of other posts and then like I like a cute little background in the back. Or
Yeah.
I'll also be like, good morning, guys. And then like I would like a picture of anybody, any of the guys. And then I was just like, oh my God, no. I'm gonna try to see what I actually posted because
Yeah, I deactivated the account. I couldn't stand to have like anyone look at it.
oh, girl, I don't even know like what's it called? The password. Like I forgot about it.
That's so funny. Like I would do like similar things where I would like repost and like edit it, or I'd like add like little PixArt stuff and like little pictures to it, or I would like, oh my goodness, that is so funny.
Oh God. Yeah, no.
Chevron print in the back is like everything.
That one Instagram filter, if you know what I'm talking about, it's like
Yes.
a like yeah. Oh,
Period. 76 likes though.
hey.
Hey.
Or I
But
would do like the PixArt.
mhm.
Oh my
Like
God.
little like I'd break down their outfits, stuff like that. I would like do like the little drawing edits, like digital drawing edits. And like I think it's so cool that like some people really let like their artistry like fly. Like some people are so talented.
Dude, yeah. Even now, I like look at some edits that I see on TikTok or on Reels. I'm like, how do you do that? Like,
I
please tell me how did you do that? Because
and I just know it takes them hours because like there's no way you just like yeah, there's no way you just like whip something up like that and it's just like perfect.
yeah, no.
I
I
don't
need to learn. Even me as like a film, I'm like, I don't even know how to do that because they did it on all on their phones. That's
yeah,
not like anything else. It's on their phones.
it's like I think that it was this one app that was really popular, like After Effects. I think that was like really popular in like the Why Don't We fandom, and like so many people made so many cool edits. Meanwhile, I'm like in iMovie trying to cut like pictures and adding transitions, bro. I
No.
I was definitely not a very creative in the fandom. I was mostly there to like keep people updated, like here's
Same.
the tour stars, get your tickets, like here's this event, they're doing this in this city, or they're in Europe. Like it was more of like an update account
Yeah.
or like random pictures of like their moms, like being like, oh my gosh, I love his mom so much. Like, thank you for giving me blah 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 blah. Being a mom
Oh,
to this random dude who's now in a band. Like, thank you, Father. Just silly things like that. But oh, those were the days. It's so funny how we like grow out of that. Like one day we're just like, okay.
Yeah. I got made fun of for for that. And I was just like by like the guys in like
Mhm.
the guy that I knew back then. I was like, you don't understand.
Yeah. I, for the most part, kept it a secret because I like didn't want people to know. But like it was just, I don't know. And like who cares? Like at this point I'm like, dude, I was 14. Like this is what 14-year-olds do.
The thing is, like now it's even like from like videos that I've watched, people are like that have gotten like what is it called? Internships at
Mhm.
like Sony and like Warner's, like stuff like that. They added to their resume, they're like they run like a fandom account for some artists from this year to like that year. And that's literally what like helps them get the internship. And I'm like, you're
See,
telling me I could have kept going.
yeah, well, and that's like the thing I kind of like want to like explore within this project is that like it actually, fandom culture gives you an outlet to be creative, to network, and like just make all sorts of connections because you never know what's going to end up helping you out. Like in this age where social media is like so important and you need to be like on top of your stuff and like all the stuff with PR, like as a 14-year-old, I could have been managing an artist.
Dude, yeah.
Like I had
Dude,
such a tight
same.
schedule, like posting, like I would post every day at whatever time, or like I would go live and interact with people for a certain amount of time. Like I had a schedule and it was like successful. Like I was able to, I think I had like 4,000 followers.
That's a lot. Like,
Yes. And it is like, and it's like, okay, cool. Like that many people liked my content. I can't get 4,000 followers anymore with like what I post, with what I do.
neither. Neither.
And
It's oh,
you learn so much. Like, I don't know, like time management. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, wait, like I need to get a new like drawing edit out like today. Like, what, like, oh my gosh. And
it's
like,
gotta come out from somewhere.
yeah, and like working with other fan accounts on like certain posts, like, I don't know, like collabs.
Collabs,
I don't
collabs.
even remember like how we would collab, but like I don't know.
I don't
Someone
remember
out
either.
there, one of my really good friends from Chicago is out there and I don't know where she is now, no contact, but her and I would do like collabs all the time. Hope she's all right. I think her name was Stephanie. But Stephanie, if you're out there, miss
Wishing you the best.
no, for real. Yeah, wishing you the best, missing you, all that fun stuff. But yeah, and it's so cool because like I don't know, how do you get into the music industry like with what you're trying to do?
Girl, it's a work in progress. No, I think I didn't realize that like I wanted to like work in the music industry until like not when was it? I think it was I think it was my first Aiden Visit concert that
Mhm.
I was like, oh, this needs to happen now.
Yeah.
But I kind of started I where do I start?
Yeah.
Um So I asked, he was actually, I think he's his tour manager. Because I think Aiden's manager is actually a woman.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, go, girl, go.
Exactly.
Um,
Like Shannon. Hi.
yeah. But she wasn't there. It was, oh no, she was actually there, but she was doing merch
Hmm.
with Aiden's brother. But I like asked him and I was like, hey, like, I'm very curious. And the girl next to me, who I like still friends with, her name's Alexis. We became friends in that concert. And I was like, hey, like, how did you get into the music industry? Like, how did you get where you're at right now? He was like, funny story. I was actually a police officer. And I was like, huh? And I
That's
was like, he's like,
cool.
yeah. And like, I would volunteer my time, like, working at like security at like events and like shows and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, there's no way. And so he, after that, I guess they really liked how he worked
Hmm.
and they like hired him as security for like bigger venues and like the bigger whatever.
Yeah.
And eventually he moved on from security to being like a manager for like big artists. I don't remember exactly like many of the names, but I'm pretty sure one of them was Halsey.
Oh wow.
Yeah. And I was like, oh, you got me at Halsey.
Yeah.
So Yeah, he worked for like Halsey. He's worked for like other names that I can't remember because I was just too stunned to speak. Um,
Right.
but it's crazy how like he can just go from police officer to security to like manager, and now he does Aiden's
Hmm.
work. So it went on from there, and then I started. I think I don't know. What was my? I think my first show was 20. Actually, it was I think it was 2023 that I was like, okay, I'm gonna do it. And I started photography actually like when I was 16 because that was my like birthday present. I got like a camera and I
Yeah.
kind of started taking pictures of whatever, like my friends, my dog,
Hmm.
flowers, whatever. Um, and then I realized I was like kind of good of taking like just regular like concert pictures. And so I decided that I was like, let me just do
Give it
like
a shot.
you just give it a shot. Yeah. So I did Pleasure Pills actually my first like photography concert or whatever. And Alexis told me about Pleasure Pill. They were opening for another band called Late Night Drive Home.
Mhm.
And I I like got into TikTok like how do you email like managers to like get like photo pass, whatever. I copied a template, put it in my email, put the artist, the date, the venue, all this. And I didn't know how it went. I was like, how do you get it? And it like differs for like it's different from like every venue that you go to.
Right.
Like some of them will give you like a wristband, so maybe like a pass that you like stick on like your uh,
Close.
yeah, your clothes, whatever. So I when I got to the when I got to the venue, it was like a long line. I was like, I don't think I'm supposed to be in the line. Like, I don't know how it works. And then I asked one of the guys who was like checking wristbands or whatever. He's like, I asked him, I was like, hey, like, where do I go? Like, I'm here for like for photos for the event. He's like, oh, like when you get over there, just like tell them like you're on like the list. And I was like, okay. They're like, so I asked the guy when I like first when I got into like closer to the thing and I was like, oh yeah, like I'm here to take photos. He's like, oh, who did you contact? Like what band? And I was like, Pleasure Pill. And like, okay. And so they just like let me in. So for that one, they didn't give me like a wristband. The only reason I got a wristband was because I was over 21.
Yeah.
And so that was the reason. So then I went in and I started like messing around. There was like already like a band playing. So I think they had like three opening acts actually, or
Oh
two.
wow.
Yeah. So I think when they have like smaller artists, they have more people open up for the.
Hmm.
So like okay, and so I just started playing around with my settings, and I took pictures for like the people opening up, and then after for Pleasure Pill, and then that was like my first time, and like that one there was no barricade. So
Oh
it's like you don't have, and they didn't tell me like three songs, no flash, which is like
yeah.
a thing that I learned after. And I was like, yeah, some people will tell you like it's first three songs, no flash, no video, and then you get out and like that's done, you're it. But for that one, I literally took pictures the whole and almost the whole entire time I was there. It was
Holy
my first
cow.
time. Yeah. And usually just like the first three songs and like you're done. But like I was able to take pictures for like the whole time.
Wait, that's so cool. Oh my
So that
God.
was the first time like really getting into that. And then like from then I started I had a photography account before, but I
Mhm.
actually started posting like my photography like concerts with I think they were the first ones actually. Um and then from there I've been trying to like make connections here and there, talking to like managers. Um and then as well as like emailing people for passes because that also like helps build your portfolio.
Yeah.
I have been applying to like things related to like the music industry, like Live Nation. Have not any luck.
No.
uh I know.
You're gonna have a break. You're gonna have a break.
Sometime, um but I think right now what I'm like, I guess, oh, also I applied to internships like music Warner Records and like other whatever other record whatever, and then I'm like, I was like denied, and I was like, how do you get denied from an internship? Because you're just aren't you just
Yeah.
like get there so you can like learn?
Right. And I
But
bet it's so competitive. Like right now, music's always been super. like big, especially in LA. But it's like, how do you expect to find potential if you're not giving people chances to show it?
Exactly. I'm like, I swear I'll learn. Like, I
Yeah.
know I don't know this thing, but I'll learn. Like, trust me, like I'm a good learner. Like, please just like teach me, like I'll do anything.
Like you'd be so surprised. Like fangirls are probably the best people to be doing this job. Like we work for free. We are walking promotions. Like
Really
if
know.
we're wearing their merch, like we're promoting their music. If we're posting on our Instagrams, we're promoting their music. Like we are like walking free
Reposting.
advertisement. And
Yeah.
like we know what we're doing. Like give us that Instagram account and we will like take it and run. Like it's so interesting and I hope that like and I think a lot of it has to do with like the stigma surrounding like fandom culture and like fangirls being obsessive, possessive, like crazy. And granted, I don't think that's like the right term for it, but like I think people are nervous to put their trust in like randoms
Yeah.
than like I don't know, internally finding those people. But it's like give people a chance. Like you would be surprised by what we have to offer.
I also like I'm still trying to understand how like most of music industry right now is like men. I feel like when I go to a concert, it's always like men who are like setting up the equipment, men who are, whatever.
Right.
When they're like I'm like, but the girls also can do it. Like we can do it.
Exactly.
Like
Exactly. I look
we've been part of the fandom before. We know how to do it.
I look at like Shannon, like she has everything and everyone put together so well.
I
I
love
love
that
Shannon.
woman.
Shannon is Jaden's manager and she's just like the sweetest person and she's always making sure like everyone's having a good time. Like I remember at our Salt Lake show, she literally did a gender reveal for this one girl. Do you remember? There was a gender reveal at the Salt Lake show.
Really?
Hmm.
I have bad memory, but I trust you.
Yeah. But it's like that was such a like a cool experience, like for that mom to be at that show and have Jaden do her gender reveal for her.
Yeah,
And
things
it's like
like that.
it's small things like that that like it's probably small to them, but it's like huge for us because it's like, oh my gosh, thank
I
you.
know. Oh,
I love it. I am really excited for this year though. I feel like there's a lot of really exciting things happening for music. Like Gunner's going on tour.
Connor,
I know. I love him.
coming to see you.
No, he's going to Salt Lake. And I'm like, Salt Lake or LA?
Which you haven't been to. You've been to
I
Salt Lake before.
know. I've been to Salt Lake. Like, I need to go to LA. And that's what Alicia and Isabel were telling me. We
I
need
think
to all get like a place together, like an Airbnb
that's
or
what I'm
something.
saying. Get a B&B. I'll drive, or Alicia can also bring their car. Um,
I'll
drive
fly into
all around.
Vegas and then we can drive to LA.
Really? Dude, yes.
Oh,
Actually,
we
make it happen.
actually need to make this happen. It's in October, right?
Yeah, it's October 31st. Yeah. Yeah. So it has to be the
LA.
LA.
Happening in LA. Okay. It's happening. But like,
Heard it here first.
yeah, Gunner is on tour later this year. Ava Maybe is going on tour. Ava Maybe was on tour with BSD with Beauty School.
Oh, okay, okay, yes, yes,
She's
yes, yes.
actually coming to Boise. I'm like
Girl, you need
so
to go.
excited. Oh, I'm going. I already like she DMs me back all the time. I'm like, I love you, Ava.
Oh,
Ava
stop.
Maybe is the drum or yeah, the Red Hot Chili Peppers drummer's daughter. She's my
Dude,
favorite,
I
never
found that
favorite.
out recently.
And she
I
was
was
on
like,
American Idol. I watched her audition. Oh my God, I love her. And she,
dude, you watch her audition and now she's like an artist, like big. That's
I
crazy.
love her. And she's so sweet. Like I talked to her when I saw her in Salt Lake with BSD and she's just so nice. And like she actually like talks to you. And like when she went on tour, I like slid up on the story and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so exciting. Like you're actually coming to my city. And she responded and she was like, oh my gosh, like wait, can't wait to see you. And I was like, oh, Ava, stop. I just love
Oh,
her. I
she seems so nice.
She's so cutie. I just want to be her so bad, but not in like a weird way. I just want her wardrobe. She's so fashion. Like, Her fashion sense is perfect. Um,
Dude, MGK as
oh,
well. Where am I getting the money? I don't know.
it's money always flows. Money
If
always
it
comes
happened.
to us. Money flows easily to us. That's why.
Exactly. I
But
saw also BSD was going on tour.
yeah, BSD's going on tour. Um, who else? I'm totally blanking right now. Pierce the Veil's going on tour. Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna see them in June in Salt Lake. Role
Isn't
Model is wrapping up his tour, right?
yeah, in Portland. I think those
Yeah,
are the
Role
last two
Model's
tours.
wrapping up his tour, and he had like a really good run. Like that was awesome.
But there was this one video, I don't know what show it was, that he was like, he hinted at basically another tour. Because for his last tour, which is the RX tour,
Yeah.
he he did a second leg. So
Okay.
the first leg I went to was in Portland. The
Hmm.
second leg he actually added Vegas.
Oh,
And so I that's where I met Alicia and Isabel.
please, that's so cute.
Yeah. And so I'm like, okay, so second leg means in Vegas? Like, please.
Yeah, please, please.
I
I'll
traveled to
wait.
Florida. Now you come to me.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I need to go back to Vegas because Vegas is such an interesting hub for artists. Like you have those that are like doing their residencies, like blah 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 blah. But like the random DJ sets are really good.
They
Like you've been to
are.
Loud Luxury like how many times now?
Um, 13.
13 times. And it's so fun because like Vegas, it's you could probably study Vegas itself like with music, but
Oh
oh, I'm
yeah.
so excited. Oh, and I'm gonna go see Malcolm Todd.
Oh yeah, I saw you're gonna go see him.
So excited. I love that man. Like I have the biggest crush on him. I will not like hide it. I,
Welcome. Are you hearing this?
I'm like Malcolm, I'm uploading this to Spotify and I do have a crush on you, but not in a weird way. I promise.
I love
I
how we can say
swear.
not in a weird way.
I know. And it's like in the moment, like you're so starstruck. Like Jaden is conventionally attractive. I like there's no doubt about that. But like
Everybody knows that.
yeah, but like you obviously like don't go up to him like drooling. Like you just have a normal conversation with them. Like
Yeah,
it
exactly.
I don't
You
know.
don't go up and be like, "Oh my God, you're so hot." Like that's not what you
Oh,
do.
that's so scary.
No, I
Someone
would like die if
like
I ever
imagine
said
if someone
that.
came up and said that to you, like immediately, like not, hey, great to meet you. Like
Yeah.
this is our first time interacting as people, and like you just hit them with like the most uncomfortable thing you could possibly say.
Yeah,
Like,
no.
oh,
You have to think about it. Like if they did it on you, I think that's what you're like, would I be okay with it? You know?
right. It's like Uh, and like I get it, like some people have different vibes where it's like, I don't know, like I don't know. It's just interesting. I just always like to keep it so like nonchalant. The first time I
Yeah.
meet like a celebrity or like an artist, because I'm like, this is their first impression of me, and if I'm like foaming at the mouth, they're probably never gonna want to interact with me ever again. Like I could be internally foaming at the mouth, but I'm not gonna be externally like,
Yeah. Not show it.
yeah.
No. Wait, is Malcolm doing VIP or meet and greets? Please tell me you're gonna.
I want to so bad, but it's like $200. And like I love him. I
Or
love
even Jaden. Jaden was like 175.
Well, I don't know. I think it kind of like depends on the venue too. I don't know.
Okay.
I'll have to look, but like Loki, I really want to. 'Cause like I love to be at the front of like
Is would
shows.
this be your first time meeting him?
Yes.
Okay, so I would do it if it's
I
your
would
first
do
time.
it. The only thing is I'm taking my friend and she's like not super familiar with him. And so like I don't want to make her pay for VIP when she's like not the biggest fan,
Um,
you know?
okay.
But I'll talk to her because like she also thinks she's like, I love that little white man.
Please.
Something about the tall, awkward white men in the music industry is like they're booming right now.
Role model specifically.
Role model and like Malcolm Todd, like I found him like last year. I can't remember what it was his song Roommates, and I was like obsessed. And then I was like, you know what? I have a feeling this guy's gonna like have his break here soon.
Okay, I need
And
to add him to my like.
Yes, I'll
Spotify.
send you a list of songs. But like in my head, I was like, he's gonna blow up and I'm gonna be really sad. And that's when he came out with his song Chest Pain. The I love, I
That's
love.
him?
That's him. He's not my little secret anymore. And it's so
Oh,
sad.
wait.
Yeah, and he's
Okay.
perfect.
Follow on
Yeah.
Spotify.
And it's so funny. He's also a Nepo baby. I think his dad was like he worked on like that show, The Community. Yes.
Oh my God, Nepo baby. Okay.
I love my Nepo babies. All of our Nepo babies are like so cool.
They are.
Yeah, like Ava Maybe, we've got Malcolm Todd. Who else?
I'm
I
trying to
always,
think.
I always joke that Bardo is a Nepo baby because one time he was like, yeah, Carrie Underwood's my mom. And I was like, okay, Nepo baby.
Wait. Oh.
That's not his mom. That's not actually his
I
mom.
was like, you got me for a second there too.
April Fool's
I'm
was
like, United
yesterday.
States. Oh my God. Okay. Okay. Okay.
But yeah, oh, but we've got lots to look forward to this year, and I really do want to make it to LA.
We're
But
gonna make it happen.
we're gonna make it happen, and it's gonna be so fun.
Just
And
sell your Salt Lake City ticket and then just come to LA.
literally, well, I actually haven't bought my Salt Lake ticket, so
Oh, then even better. You don't have to do anything. Just buy the LA
perfect.
one.
But I'm excited. And then I see the weekend in May. Literally the day before I graduate college, I'm hopping on a plane, or no, the Thursday before I graduate, hopping on a plane to Arizona, seeing the weekend the next day, flying back the day after, graduating at 7 p.m. that same day.
Girl, that is so crazy of you.
I know it's risky, but I have a feeling it's going to work. Like it has to work.
Okay. Do you have good luck flying?
Yeah,
Okay. No, because me, it's like my flight always gets delayed, stuff like that. So now every
I do
time
not claim that energy.
okay, okay. Because it's like it's bad. So like now, like if I'm planning on like traveling, like well, like flying to somewhere,
Mhm.
I always do one day before, like for a show.
Yeah.
I I fly one day like before because if my plane gets delayed, then I still have like that whole day to like and that other day to like get there. You know what I mean?
Right. And I low key what I think I might do is change my flight to at least like the morning of the Thursday. That way I have that day to be there because I'm gonna go see my stepsister. And so I'm like, okay.
Maybe you should.
Yeah, might as well. It's just like taking time off work is
Oh,
hard because it's like I need to make money so I can do these things, but then I also need days off so I can do these things.
yeah.
It's a hard
Yeah.
balance.
I feel like also that's like a thing where like I've seen like on Twitter where like how do all you guys like make money and like or like how do you guys like ask for like your bosses for like time off? And
Hmm.
I was like, well, she just kind of knows.
Yeah, you just kind of do it like
Yeah.
and hope for the best, really.
I'm
But
like, well, and if you don't let me, then I'm quitting.
right. It's like I think you need me. I think you need me. And if you don't give me this one thing, and like it's not like we're asking for this all the time. Like it's like every now and then. A couple days a month or like every 2 to 3 months is not gonna kill them.
No, exactly.
So that's I think another thing is that like people kind of like crap on us for like how much money we spend, but it's like I make my own money.
And I spend
And
it.
then how I like. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. And it seems
No.
it's so worth it. It is so worth it.
Oh, 100%. I remember this one time I posted a TikTok and this like grown man commented. It was like me, how like I was like, oh, like I'm always like spending money like on like concerts and stuff.
Yeah.
And it was like this grown ass man like saying like, oh, like you need to learn how to save and like that's why we're not gonna have money and like blah 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 and like you're not gonna be able to retire. And I'm like, sir, I'm literally in my 20s. Okay. Shut
Yeah.
the F down.
Like we're young. Like this is our time to travel. This is our time to like go out and do things because obviously like it's not gonna last forever. We're not gonna be young forever.
Exactly. Like, do I want to die with my bank account like full, or do I
Or
want
do
to
I
spend
want to die knowing I lived the crap out of my life and had no
exactly?
money?
I feel like that's always like something that I've been seeing like recently a lot. It's like it's you're in your 20s, is your time to travel, to experience new things, and I feel like we need to take advantage of it. Like we
Absolutely. Because before we know it, we're gonna be like old and be like, damn, I wish I would have done XYZ.
exactly. Like there was this one specific TikTok that I saw was like somebody in their deathbed is like wanting the life that you're having right now.
Exactly.
And I'm like,
Exactly. So you better make the most of it.
yeah, yeah. And
And
that's
that's
what
moral of the story. Boom.
hey.
But like you learn so much through like your fandom experiences. Like even if you don't think you're like a fangirl, and I think this applies to like guys mostly, is that like, bro, you are a fangirl. When you're filling out your fantasy football league, like what are you doing? You're a fan.
Exactly.
And that's fine. It's like we don't have to be ashamed to be like a part of something. Like, I don't know. I feel like
No,
it's also just one of those things where it's just like misogyny slips in a little bit, where like a guy can yell at a TV during a football game and he's just being passionate about watching football. But like we scream when our famous artist or like when a famous artist is like going on stage and we're like cringy.
it's literally the same thing.
It's the same thing.
So yeah, no, I agree. And I feel like even like yes, the like being part of fandoms have brought us like friendships, but like not also that, but like even if you are maybe like it's not like especially like the job or the dream that you have, but like for me at least, it made me realize like I want to work in the music industry and
Exactly.
like friendships, and then it can also help me, pursue something or get a job someday in the music industry. So it works out for both. And the artist gains a new fan. So
Exactly. Because now I'm listening to Buppy and now you're on Malcolm Todd. So it's perfect.
I also recommend Julian Ray.
Okay, perfect. Taking
Uh,
note, taking note.
yeah,
Julie.
album is dropping um this Friday. Yeah. No, April
Wait,
4th. Yeah.
wait, Malcolm Todd's album is dropping this Friday.
Oh my God. Okay, so we both have albums to like listen to this Friday.
Yeah, it's perfect. Okay,
Me,
follow Ray.
new, and also Aiden.
Yeah,
Period.
in the set.
Yes. Aiden is dropping I think Ricochet. Yeah. Also on Friday. Who else is dropping music?
Okay, hi, Batty. Posted up with the pins. So cute.
Love.
Love. Oh,
Yeah.
so
Lots of people dropping new music.
yeah, and I'm so excited. I feel like it's gonna be good. I've been loving the like pop boy stuff. Shout out Tucker, shout out Wallows, shout out the Driver era.
Are you seeing them?
I saw them on Friday. It was so
Oh, you did, you did, you did. I remember seeing your Snapchats.
it was so fun.
Oh my God.
Like
Wait, I
I am not like a huge like I don't know a lot of their songs, but I was like over by the bar kind of like dancing around. Like I was still having a good time.
yeah.
And of course I got the t-shirt because you have to get a t-shirt
You
from every
have to get something when you go.
hmm
I'm always like, I'm getting something. I'm getting something.
My goal is to like turn all my tour t-shirts into a quilt one day for like my kids, like when I have them, and then they can add on to it.
Wait, that's wait, I'm gonna steal your idea
Yes,
maybe.
please do. I think it'd be so cute if like one day when we're all like gone, like 150 years later, like people just find like these random quilts at a thrift store and it's like all of these like vintage concert tees. Like I think that would just be so cool.
Wait, no, yeah. I didn't even think about that. I'm like, right,
And
we're gonna be
each
gone
one
one
is
day.
like each one's like different but kind of the same and it's like
Oh yeah, 100%.
it's perfect. Oh my God.
Oh,
I don't want
really?
to think about getting old, but it's
But
just
it's gonna happen. But
yeah. Yeah.
it's
Oh,
my time.
for real.
Mhm.
Well, we are coming up on like an hour, and so I really appreciate you doing this and chatting with me.
It's so
It's
much fun.
so nice to hear like everyone's perspective because like yeah, we get together and like yeah, we talk and meet, but we don't talk about like the impact that like a community has on us. Because like now we've known each other for like 2 years and it's like slipped our minds like where's the time gone? But
Oh
like
my God, no, that's crazy.
now we're both in two completely different places and it's so cool because like you're gonna be moving to LA hopefully soon this year and I'm graduating college in like a month and so I'm like oh my gosh we have so
Wait, I never asked you, what are you studying in? Like,
communication with a minor in business. I don't know. I'm excited to be an adult and like actually have time to travel and do things and
Dude,
not be
yes.
trapped in Idaho. Free me.
Dude, no, I literally remember when I was like in college and it was actually that MGK concert. We
Hmm.
like we skipped class. And then we like drove to Spokane with my roommate.
Oh.
And then we literally came back the same night. And we like,
Didn't
yeah,
Sierra do that recently
yeah, didn't she go? Yeah, she went to Canada.
for
She
Taylor
went to
Swift?
Yeah, and then she had to
Yes.
take her math exam, her math final.
In that next morning. I don't know how she did it.
Dude, her professor said no, you can't like reschedule final, and then she was like, I don't care, I'm going, and
Yeah.
she made it like in time. Miss Girl was like sleep deprived.
Dude, I don't know how she survived. Props to her.
Yeah, no, literally same. That was also me. Actually, it was the San Diego show too.
Yeah,
I like drove home and I was like, I was on the phone with Sierra. I was like calling everybody. Everybody was declining, not declining, but like
but
didn't
like
pick
not
up because they were
answering.
asleep.
Yeah.
And I called Sierra and was like, oh my God, thank God you're awake because I'm falling asleep. And
Yeah.
I was like rolling down the windows. Oh no, actually, okay. So I got on the phone with Sierra. And then she's like, okay, like I really have to go to sleep. Like I have school, whatever. And I was like, that's okay. You're fine. I think I still had like maybe like 30 minutes or 45 minutes. So it's fine. So I like rolled down my windows and I was like, letting the
The
cold
cold
air come
air.
in. I was like, oh my God.
See, the things we do, we're so dedicated.
No, we really are. And the thing is, like, we do this, and I guess, yeah, for like the artists that like we really appreciate their music. And
Yeah.
I feel like another thing with like fandoms is like, yes, makes you part of fandom, but like also the music like impacts you like directly, like especially like if you're going through something. So it has like especially like a lot of like Jaden music for sure.
Hmm.
And I remember one time it was it was a Jake Miller show
Hmm.
and it was a song called I don't remember what it was called actually, but it was like I like started like crying like literally like as the song was ending, and even his opener, which I had never heard of him,
Hmm.
his name is Haris, yeah, Haris, and he was like he gave like this whole speech about like if you're
Oh,
going through something like this song for you, and like I literally I met him like after the show. I was like, dude, like I
that meant something.
yeah, no, it did. I was like, hey, like my dad just like is like back home and he like just had a surgery, like this was like a very hard time for me. And he was like, oh my God, like, like I'm always here. Like, I'm so glad like this resonated with you. And I was like, no, literally, like you just never know when it's gonna hit you.
Yeah.
So,
That's what like it's meaningful to you, so you want to give back in the way that you know how, and that's by like just supporting, going to shows, like buying merch, doing everything that you can.
exactly. Because like you buy merch, that's like you helping out with like renting the studio to like, produce their music or helping them go on tour again.
Yeah,
Literally anything, it really does help them.
it does. And that's why being a fangirl is so cool.
It is.
I love
Don't
it.
be afraid to be a fangirl.
Yeah, don't be afraid to let your fandom freak flag fly. Holy cow. Fandom
Period.
freak flag fly.
Yes. Love that.
It's the best. But I have really enjoyed chatting with you. I
Me
unfortunately
too.
have to work, but I can't wait to see you because we're going to make an LA trip.
Oh
But
yeah. So see you in October.
yeah, see you in October. Everyone, thanks for watching or listening to this episode of Fandom Freaks, and I'll see y'all next week.